Third place playoffs of EQC 2019. We're going to be commentating on the Werewolves of London versus
ODTÜ Hippogriffs from Ankara, I think.
Well, I'm Sam Davis and I'm with
Henny Schwers.
Brilliant. So the teams are rallying up now, getting ready to go. We're getting a beautiful chorus of The Lion Sleeps Tonight from the Werewolves of London, headbanging all the way.
It's great acoustic in this huge stadium. For me, it's huge. For a Quidditch game, I think it's huge, and it's a great atmosphere. And we're standing on a balcony watching the pitch for you.
Echoing through the stadium there, sending shivers to your bones. The Hippogriffs yet to do their chant.
So, if we can hear it, we are going to hear how the Hippogriffs sing "Fly like an eagle, drink like a horse."
So starting lineups are just going in now. We're getting a cheer for the Werewolves of London. And now the Hippogriffs are getting a bit of a cheer. We'll see how this plays out now. Starting lineups are about to go. Now tell me, you've been playing all day. Have you come across any of these two teams in your time?
No, I haven't seen a single match with those two teams.
Oh, then you are in for a treat. I've been watching both these teams all day. We are in for some fast-paced, heavy-hitting action, I think, here. The Werewolves of London been having an excellent day on the beaters. But equally, I'd say the Hippogriffs, they've been pulling out pretty much an all-round good execution as a team.
So do you expect a game that is worthy of a match for the third place at the European Quidditch Cup?
I would say this is likely to be a very worthy game. Very worthy indeed. I think if this game was a person, it could probably pick up Thor's hammer. I believe
big
that's how
words, big match. Starting lineups
big
getting
people.
ready. We have a nice referee team here from various countries. We've got Niklas Müller from Germany, Tanguy from Belgium, Jeffa from New Zealand, someone from Switzerland, Thomas, and someone I'm missing out now.
So on the Werewolves of London, the three big names that I can see right off the bat, I say big names, they're old names, but equally very good players. We've got Luke Twist starting as a chaser, Jan starting as the close beater on this side, and behind them we've got Alex Greenhull sporting his lovely green headband. It's a position that I haven't seen him, well, I haven't seen him do for a while, but I haven't been looking at him, I suppose.
And
I think he's been playing chaser mainly this weekend.
The jersey color really suits his bright red hair, so maybe he chose the colors. That would be cool.
So both teams announcing they're ready.
We will tell you more about the names of the Hippogriff players once they've started and we've seen the numbers.
There they go. It looks like it's going to be Hippogriff straight to the quaffle. Ooh. Ooh.
First foul.
We are officially 3 seconds into the game.
3 seconds into the game.
3 seconds into the game.
False start.
That's a blue card for a false start.
Too bad.
So on the Hippogriffs beater there, false start. He started before the brooms up was given. Of course, in Quidditch, the moment that the B from brooms up is said, you're allowed to start running, but no sooner. That's number 56 from the Hippogriffs. 56, who doesn't seem to be on this sheet. Oh, 58, I do.
58 is Gungar.
Gunga.
Almost.
We're starting back up again now. Hippogriffs get to the ball first, but it has been picked up by the Werewolves. They're trying to force their way through, but the Hippogriffs again have reclaimed it, going in for a shot. Oh!
Our daring shot for the goal.
That hoop is, I think it's going to take some punishment this game.
So apparently the Hippogriffs keeper just did the rooms up and is subbing out for a new one.
I think they just had a very sprightly, fast keeper on for the very beginning. It almost worked out well for them. They did manage to get quaffle possession.
It's possible that I confused the keeper with the beater because the sun is in my face and I can't really tell.
So it looks like Jan is currently trying to force a way in there for number 1. Aza, who's trying to get in there. Alex Greenhull making a shot, just missing, but getting a pass off to number 5 there, Alex Harrison. Good contention there, but getting it back to Greenhull's fingers. He's going to try and run it in.
Oh, he scored the goal while falling, being tackled down by a Hippogriffs player.
Now,
And he's still laying on the ground.
Greenhal has an amazing ability that whenever he's falling, he does something good. Now, unfortunately, it does look like he's taken a little bit more of a tumble than he expected this time, but he did exchange his price with gravity to get that goal. We're just having a little bit of an intermission here now. So, the first goal happening just after 1 minute. How are you thinking the game's going so far? So with 1 minute of gameplay, let's see how in-depth we can go with this.
Ooh, exciting, fast. And I love fast games, but also when they are on the offense, both teams really take their time to think before they go fast again. And it's nice to see. Really deep analysis by me.
Well, I do agree. They do seem to be a little bit tentative at the moment, waiting for their beaters again. Like most teams this year, it's been a very common thing for a lot of teams to really wait for their beaters to get into the midst of the fight in the defensive zones before really committing to an attack. But these two teams in the third place playoffs now, I must say they've been getting into the full swing of their attacks a lot quicker. But as I say, we've only seen, I think, 4 runs, so it's not much to go on yet. Alex Greenhal being subbed off now.
Applauded by the audience and the teams.
No, I think he did his duty well, getting a goal before going down. He's walking off now. We've had a sub for Alex put on. I think that is... I can't quite... Sorry, the sun is in my eyes there. I can't quite see who the sub is. It's number 14. It is Aaron Veal.
Game resumes. Quaffle is with the Hippogriffs.
Bloodshed Control currently with London London Werewolves, not Unspeakables.
Dense defense by the Werewolves, waiting for the attack by the Hippogriffs from Turkey.
Jan getting a breakaway there, running straight in to try and get a bit of pressure onto the Hippogriffs chaser there. Pushing it in, the Hippogriffs chaser blocking the beat.
Oh, nice.
Big pass over, but being beaten out, it seemed, by number 9, Alice Walker for London. Luke Twist currently with possession of the quaffle. Oh, he's a tall man, Luke. I must admit, I do miss his blue hair. He used to have brilliant blue hair at the top. You could spot him a mile off. It would be a head above everyone else in just a very vivid colour.
Would be perfect for this stadium and our perspective. And the Werewolves attacking with bladder control. Quite aggressive B-taking.
Oh, Jan!
You need at this stage.
Jan dropping to avoid being beaten there. Perfect, making space there for Luke Twist to get in. 2 players who have had a long, long time playing together. I believe both of them playing together for probably 6 years now. Luke playing a bit longer than Jan, but they work amazingly as a pair.
Hippogriffs spotting a new keeper who has the name Doctor on his shirt. I don't think that's his name, but this is the name I have.
He's the Doctor.
He's the Doctor.
Good Lord. Now, have you got the... All right. So I was just checking a number there. It went quite... Oh, Luke Twist, look at him go! He's like an elk running there.
Passing to number 5 for Werewolves, who scores that goal for the Werewolves of London.
Absolutely amazing. That's left the score at 30-0 to Werewolves of London. That's put them out of range. Pretty much out of range. One more goal and they're home free until the snitch comes on. However, they still have a good 15 minutes before that happens, so anything can happen in that time. Now, Jan is being contested by number 33 of the Hippogriffs here. I must admit, watching their last game, I really rate her as one of the best beaters in Europe, actually. She did an amazing run.
Great, that would be Venus.
Venus, unfortunately this time she's not come out on top, leaving the defense to be pushed well back into the Hippogriffs half. I think almost a turnover happening. Almost a second reset.
The Doctor giving the quaffle to his teammate. The beaters, meanwhile, trying to get bladder control. They are really having a hard time, the beaters there.
They are.
Don't envy
I
them.
must admit, when you're coming up against a player like Jan, you're never going to have an easy time. He is a fantastic, fantastic shot, and he's got a good team around him here, especially with Alice Walker there, having his back.
Really
they
fast
are really pushing into it.
Another goal for the Werewolves. It's the 4th goal. It's 14-0.
It's a beautiful, beautiful, powerful shot through that hoop there. You wouldn't want to get in the way of that. I've had Luke Twist hit me in the face before with a ball now, and it was very, very unpleasant. Sorry, was that Luke Twist who scored that, or was that, I believe that's actually Ollie Craig, I think. I think I got confused a little bit.
Oh, nice beat by Venus, who got beaten out a second afterwards by the number 8 of Werewolves. Long shot by the Hippogriffs over the hoops.
Yang getting in the right position there to block the beaters.
Werewolves running fast towards Hippogriffs hoops, and this is another goal for the Werewolves of London.
I think that was a nice bit of team sharing there. I think he could have run that in. He could have tried to sort of like power his way through, but deciding the safest route to give a pass to his teammate there, just letting them pop it in.
Yeah, but it's nice. But this weekend I've seen a couple of instances, like many of them, where they do this and it wasn't necessary and the goal doesn't go through.
Oh, you get some butterfinger drops, I think. It
can
be risky when you're going for a
yeah, when you decided on that strategy and you just keep doing it because you decided upon it, but not looking what's happening.
So we've currently got a timeout called by the Hippogriffs, I believe. So in this minute, I think the Hippogriffs are probably starting to worry a little bit. They are 50 points down, so they are currently out of range. They do still have a good 12 minutes before the snitch gets on pitch, so it's not dire straits yet. But you never really want to start approaching the 10-minute mark when you're this far down.
So interested newbies who just joined this live stream and they don't know about Quidditch, but they thought, oh, third place at European Quidditch Cup sounds great. Ooh. So the snitch, we are getting photographed. A snitch comes on pitch. Comes pitch after 17 minutes, and after 18 minutes, the Seekers are released as well, and they try to catch that snitch, which is a sock at the back of their shorts. And you end the game with your snitch catch, and you get 30 points.
30 points for your trouble, and it looks like teams are going to be going back to their brooms now. The Quaffle is currently in possession of the keeper of the Hippogriffs, with bludgeon control firmly back at the defensive hoops of the Werewolves. I believe that's Anjet and Alice Walker on for the beaters for the Werewolves.
I think they haven't lost bludgeon control the entire 5 minutes of the game.
They've been holding on to it nice and tight. I do know last time, though, the last game I saw with the Werewolves, Anjet did have a tendency to yeet the bludger off pitch, which did disrupt some of their defenses, but he's done a perfect job there of just very lightly tapping the bludger off the... Oh! What a beat from the back there. Massive long shot. Again from number 33 of the Hippogriffs. Amazing long shots there. 2 of them knocking the Werewolves out of play, stopping their run entirely. Almost virtually by herself. We do have a stoppage of game now for a bit of an injury. Did you see the incident?
No.
I did not.
Unfortunately not. I was watching the Quaffle flying over the hoops of the Hippogriffs.
I must admit, I was entirely mesmerized by the long game beating. That was, for me, that's what it's all about. If you can get a good targeted hit, it doesn't have to be powerful. It just has to do the job. And I think they did perfectly there. I
mean, okay, you can always praise the showy beaters with the strength who do great long shots that hit your head off, cut your head off. But I like those small, tiny, elegant little beats that just do the job.
The little flourishes, isn't it? It's a little tap on the leg, a little shot on the foot, things like that. Absolutely perfect. They do the job. They do exactly the same as if you're going to wallop someone with it.
You usually don't have to run after that bludger.
Exactly. I know last game, I believe I counted with Anjet. He threw the ball at 1 point, and it took him 7 seconds to reclaim it. Now, if he does that in a game like this, I think we are going to see goals going in from the Hippogriffs. But as of yet, he's been performing very well in this game. Anjet, who I think I'm saying his name right. I believe so. Yep, Anjet, who is currently far on the pitch there in the center of the pitch.
I see.
I believe also we have on pitch, I think it still is Alice Walker just in front of him. They have lost bludger possession, I think. Well, not quite, with the Hippogriffs not having their hands on the bludgers, but they are firmly behind their hoops.
And you know, teams out there, what's really cool is if you have your number on your jersey, on your arm. I think the Hippogriffs have it, but I can't read it for the life of me. So it's just too pale.
I thought it was their number as well. I'm pretty sure it's actually their team logo.
It's a team logo.
I think
Okay,
it's
cool.
their team logo, not their
Yeah.
number.
So
Because
I
I
love-
kept on reading 4.
Like, I practiced the Turkish names. I'm really proud of it. I want to say some, but it's really hard to read the numbers.
So again, number 33 there, just taking out the entire first line of the Werewolves' defence there. Unopposed, no one noticed her coming from the back. She's taken out Anjet, but did take a hit herself. So close to getting a goal, but I think there was a little bit of contact on the head there. Leaving the player on the ground.
And
Werewolves of
another
London
ball's down.
trying to get a breakaway.
Oh no, it's another injury.
So an injury stoppage here. It looks like while attempting to stop the throw, they did make contact with a player's head.
I'm really actually
So I
the
think-
reason why I was curious to see the Hippogriffs play is because if you think Turkey, for a long time you thought made to unicorns, and they were just the strongest team ever. And I think the Hippogriffs. I'm not sure if they won Turkish Cup. I don't know. People don't scream at me while watching the live stream at home or later.
We can't hear you anyway.
But it's
Scream all you want.
But it's I was really curious to see how they would perform over here.
I must admit, they're performing quite well.
Yeah.
I believe this is a fun fact from Bex McGurkling, so I'll credit her where credit's due. Apparently, both the Hippogriffs and the Unicorns are actually the same university.
Yeah, they are the same university.
They said that apparently there were 5 teams at one point in the same university.
Yellow
Something like
card.
that, that's going to get
Number
very
12,
very
Werewolves
quick.
of
Giving people a
London.
good opportunity to.
Hand to the
I knew the
face.
story about this, but I forgot it. But they are 2 really big teams. I mean, I think the Unicorns at one point they could have three teams all called made to Unicorns or
They're
Minicorns
good
or whatever.
numbers.
So they're quite good with recruiting, and they do an amazing
You've got to think,
number of
at
practices
this
a week.
university that they go to, does anyone study or are they all playing Quidditch?
Fair question. We can ask them later.
So it looks like Gemma Thrip is in the yellow. Gemma Thrip has been yellow carded, I believe, for dangerous contact. We've also Ollie Craig in the box as well.
Almost, or
Almost
maybe
a goal.
before goal.
Going to be a little bit of a discussion here. Let's have a look. Do you reckon it was beat before?
Too close to call, I think. Too close
Let's
to
go.
call.
Well, they're
is-
calling in a
is-
4th ref to go and discuss it, so I think it's very close for them.
So I wanted to brag with my ability of pronouncing the Turkish names, but I couldn't so far. So let's
Doing
just
better
take
than
number
me.
13, who's Tonight. Tonight, hello. You're a
Tonight.
B10 seeker, and you're standing there with your back towards us and with the blood.
The goal has been given good. That gives the score at 50-10 in favour of London. Not entirely
Oh,
sure what the stoppage
Yeah, in
was.
favour of London. So that was a goal for by the Hippogriffs.
So again, bludgeon control has been regained by London. And Ollie Craig was put back onto pitch for a moment before, I believe, subbing off.
And a sneaky troll, for number 15 by the Werewolves, running around the hoops.
Sneaky troll from Ben Honey, our very own human Labrador.
Okay, I will ask you to elaborate on this.
Well, he's like a happy puppy.
Okay.
You can't not see Ben Honey and just, your heart goes out to him every time.
I think I've seen.
Ooh,
No, I
so close.
Anyway,
Ben Honey, the happiest man alive.
close goal, wasn't a goal. Hippogriffs back with the quaffle.
There we go. Bludgeon control has been retained between Anjet and Alice Walker, I think. Doing a
And
press
another
it.
comes down.
I think this is going to be called as a throw after beat on number 33, beater from the Hippogriffs, which returns the bludger to Anjet.
Okay, so
Because he didn't have a bludger in his hands, I suppose.
game resumes 2-hand from Turkish players team blah blah, passing to the 7, passing to another
Ooh,
female chaser behind the hoops,
they've called the goal good.
and it was a goal.
That's leaving the score at 20-50, or 50-20 if you will.
Lots of last minute or just too late beats.
Lots of whistling here. Someone's having a fun time blowing away. I think they are contesting the goal. I think it's the refs. Yep, Fraser Posford there in the middle of that. He's got his hands on hip stance.
I once knew what hands on hips mean.
Gold stand. Hands on
my
hips normally means that he's, I don't know, resting his hands, I suppose.
So easy, and another really nice goal, a really matter-of-factly goal by a Werewolf player, number 18, I think.
They saw the opportunity there and just, they had to take it.
60 to
a space opened up, perfectly targeted there. 60-20.
Do you know
How
many games those two teams did today? 3?
How many games? I think this is their 4th game. So they've already played a very long game, a very long day even.
And both have big rosters, so they've got
Ben Honey
lots of
just
subs.
getting his fingertips to that one.
Nice beta battles. There are bludgers everywhere. It's another brooms down. They
The
haven't
broom's
noticed.
down, but the beaters haven't noticed.
Can someone just tell the beta that it's brooms down?
They do need to be told that. Now, I believe Ben Honey knocked the ball off pitch here, so this might be a turnover to Hippogriffs, as I believe it's the keeper can knock the ball out of bounds if saving a shot. I don't know if a team's chasers can. So I think this will be going to Hippogriffs. Let's see how this goes. They are arguing it through, though.
When you can watch the referees thinking.
You can hear the cogs turning from here, I think. Just clicking through, figuring out what to do.
Great ref team, by the way.
Very stripy.
My modest opinion. Very stripy. Team Zebra. I'm usually Team Zebra.
I'm normally Team Zebra.
Zebra. Zebra.
Zebra. Right.
Okay, this is just us. Our
So
brains
it looks
switching off.
like they are, it's going to be, what are they called again? Hippogriff's ball. So chucking it in there.
Yeah, so in German you call it a
I believe
lamp
Gemma
throw.
trying to get in there. A lamp throw.
Yeah, like
is that
a
up
lamp.
and over, is it? Nice big long one, getting your hand hooked
That's
over.
like, this huge, I don't know the English name, and live stream people can't
We
see
call
what
it a
I'm doing.
yeet.
A yeet.
A yeet.
Yeet. Isn't yeet a sound you
Yeet.
make sometimes? Okay.
Yeah, as you throw.
It's a yeet. Oh, yeah, perfect.
A yeet or
So
a
it's
lob?
a yeet lamp.
A yeet lamp.
Unusual choice.
And Jet running for his life with his fist in the air. Big pass
Long
out there, I
shots
think, to
over the hoops.
number 42,
Well, that was a reset.
Simon Bidwell.
I've never seen a reset as long as this.
Have you not?
No, that was really, really far.
That was a nice reset early.
I don't know if the audience here is upset about something.
I think the audience thinks that Simon Bidwell went out of the playing zone, but the refs didn't
Goal.
go. And there's a beautiful goal there from Gemma Thripp, catching it in her fingertips and just letting it all go, really.
And after standing here and listening to the audience, I can already feel the big Facebook discussion about booing during a game. Lots of new subs from the Hippogriffs. Lively, aggressive beta play by
Ben Honey getting a
58
bopping
Gungor.
there.
Really aggressive beta play by Gungor.
Ooh, everyone's on him.
Wow. Lots of passing around the hoops. Always there, always. The Hippogriffs are everywhere.
Hippogriffs have formed quite a nice box there.
Yes, and this is a goal for the Hippogriffs. The third goal for the Hippogriffs is 70-30 in favor of the Werewolves.
Play. Both teams still very much in the running there. Oh, Gemma Thripp just getting tackled out of the throw there. Oh, sorry, it was Ben Honey, not Gemma Thripp.
Whoa.
Simon Bidwell managing to get a pass out
Hippogriffs
just
defense
before
is
the
on
beat.
fire.
No goal there from a shot from Ben Honey.
Well done, Hippogriffs. That was cool to watch. Really dense, almost chaotic defense.
So it looks like Quaffle possession is with the Hippogriffs coming up pitch. Bludger is still with London Werewolves. We now have Sam Senior and Jan, very long name, on pitch. Luke Twist taking point, being contested by a beater there. Jan taking moments to run in and press that to get a long pass off. The pass goes to no one, and it looks like number 14, Aaron Veal, is taking control of the Quaffle. Sam Senior rushing in to take out the beater defense. Luke Twist popping it in.
The Werewolves never wait for anything. They cut the ball and everyone just runs. So it's
I like
a pleasure to watch.
Lovely, lovely fast fast runs. When they see that they've got the moment, they just do what they gotta do.
Another keepers up for the
Currently
Hippogriffs.
50 points ahead, with only 6 minutes to go until the snitch is on.
Nice little beats in the front. Oh, too bad. So Bludger controls back with the Werewolves.
Luke Twist
and
having
have
it.
a
They're
ball.
making another breakaway. One beater in his way.
Nice jump to dodge that. Bludger.
Ooh, no goal. Very
Really?
close. He rimmed it. Tash Franz there getting the pass. Ooh, was that a dive into contact?
I think she was just falling.
Okay, it was a fall into contact there. That looks like it might be a kick-off boundary on the Bludgers.
Well, that was an unnecessary attempted score.
So here's a Broomsdale. I think this might be for the kick-off boundary. One of the bird lion players kicked the ball off pitch. What did they call it again? A
Hippogriffs?
hippogriff. That's it. A bird lion. He did wallop that ball some hard.
It's not lion, it's horse.
Is it a horse? Is it a bird?
Have
No.
you ever read Harry Potter?
I'm very dyslexic.
Fly like an eagle, drink like a horse.
Sting like a butterfly.
Oh, sweet. Your personal touch to that chant. I appreciate that.
Oh, is that actually that chant?
Yeah. Fly like an eagle, drink like a horse.
Oh, I thought you were saying like with the sting like a butterfly then. I was very confused. I think the refs are still having a bit of a discussion here. I can't... the crowd is currently counting down to something. I think they're timing the refs. Let's see what happens.
That's actually a fun idea. And those refs are experienced enough to don't let
So it looks like the bludger has
pressure
been
get
returned to Jan, with possession being between Jan, Sam Senior, and one of the Hippogriffs. Who is that? That's number 9 on the Hippogriffs.
Number 9 is Berkjurek.
Beautiful, beautiful pronunciation.
I just pretend I'm
Me too.
Turkish. Everyone who doesn't know Turkish won't notice. Ah.
Aaron Veal sauntering down the pitch there, taking a lovely little sidestep. Oh, dodging a
a
bit, and now he's got his
big
breakaway. All the bludgers have been removed from the defence, and he's just going to pop it in.
Oh.
He saw what he needed to do and just did it.
Yeah, like I said, they're not waiting for anything. It's just like, okay, I'll do this now.
The moment any mistake, any opening is made, they are capitalising on it. Absolutely beautiful. Beautifully. I missed out a
Beautifully.
suffix then.
It's 92-30.
Ooh,
favor
Jan
for
has been
Werewolves.
disarmed. That's a sight you don't see too often. No
Not
goal.
happy about it.
A little bit too low there on that shot.
The bludger control lies with the Hippogriffs, who have names. Which I
Tass-
can't read because I can't see their
Taspian's,
numbers.
reclaiming
Bad.
the quaffle and passing it on to their keeper, Aaron Veal. The Werewolves here really don't have to come in too quickly.
The
Luke-
Hippogriffs beaters like watchdogs. Oh, ouch.
Some big thumping there on the bludgers. It looks like the Werewolves have returned bludger possession to themselves and setting up a very tight defence here. They have formed a small compact. Jan being knocked out, and they've done a long shot
long shot through the hoops of
Through
the
the-
Werewolves.
over the heads of 3 chasers. That was a very daring play. The score is currently 100-30, I believe. Maybe
Well, actually,
No, it's
it's
not.
90-40. Yeah.
90-40. We had a slight glitch.
All
there.
those live stream people messing up the score. Nice tackle here. 18 of Werewolves going to watch
18,
the hoops.
Ed Brett.
Passing back to the keeper.
Aaron Veal making a big play pass to
Nice.
Ed Brett, who pops it in. I believe that was it. Yeah, Ed Brett
Ed Brett.
finishing there from a lovely pass from Aaron Veal. Simon Bidwell subbing on for Aaron Veal now. Bludger possession has been returned to the Hippogriffs, who are now marching up the pitch towards them. Ooh. It's a lot of
Have you
whistle
seen
blowing.
anything? Have you seen anything?
I'm not sure. I think It might be checking equipment, but no call was made. That was interesting.
Tunahan, I know a name, with the quaffle. Wow, and the beaters
Lots of
having
beats.
a
The
great
beaters
time.
have been cleared out there.
And a nice earned goal.
Perfect. I think that's just proving that the Hippogriffs, they know what they're doing. The moment, again, very much like the Werewolves, the moment that the beaters are cleared out, their chasers can power it through, they can put it in. We're just going to have to see if in the next, oh, how long's that? The next 5 minutes or so, they're able to get at least 3 more goals to be in with a shout of winning this game. That is as well if they're able to stop the Werewolves from getting any further ones.
Really agile.
Simon
player.
Bidwell
Nice
passing
pass
it off to
well.
number 12. Ben Honey. Who is it? No, isn't it? It's Gemma Thrip, number 12. I don't know what it is about Ben Honey and Gemma Thrip, but I'm getting them mixed up today. They don't even particularly look similar.
Number 12, Werewolves. Yellow card.
Gemma
Push
Thrip
with
is
2
just
arms.
walking off the pitch
Second
now.
yellow card. Red card. 2 minutes
So Gemma
time.
Thrip has just got a red card there. Red card for Gemma Thrip. She is now off.
A double yellow or a red?
So that was a double yellow.
Okay.
Double yellow for Gemma Thrip. Werewolves are now a player down.
Unfortunately, yellow cards stacked.
Cash Ferenz is serving time in the box for Gemma Thrip.
Okay.
So Gemma Thrip was carded off for a push with 2 hands. It looks like that's going to be an out of bounds, so the ball shall be returned to Simon Bidwell of the Werewolves. Bidwell missing the pass back to him. He must have slippy fingers by now. Very hot, so I can't. You can't blame someone for sweating and fumbling a pass like that.
Like a Scottish summer.
A Scottish summer.
It's just really hot in the sun, quite hot, like 25 degrees, and in the shadow it's just freezing cold.
Fair enough.
Nice fun fact.
Never known Scotland to be compared for anywhere for summer.
You would be surprised. So that's bladder control with the Hippogriffs, and the Werewolves, for a change, take a long time to actually power through.
Brett getting the pass there, running into Anjet, his own beater. Performing a nice little cross with Simon Bidwell there.
Nice defense by the Hippogriffs.
The Werewolves are a little bit nervous to get deep into the Hippogriffs' defense. While the bludgeon's still there, but the bludgeon's gone and they make the shot. Beautiful little bit of a save there. However, the Werewolves have regained bludgeon possession and they are already back in their defensive formation here. I believe this is possibly what they call a cavalry wall, but with 2 players in front, or it might just be a float. It's difficult to tell. I think it was just a float. Ooh, so close!
So close.
Skimming the rim. The Hippogriffs have managed to regain bludgeon control, but will it help them stop this goal? A little bit.
It helped a bit. Oh,
Did
nice.
help a bit. Oh, that's going to be a pass after beat, I think.
Nice beating style of the Hippogriffs, just beating everything that moves.
Or this might be interacting with a ball after beat.
We can see the snitch on pitch already.
Blue card.
Oh, good lord.
42,
30
Werewolves.
seconds or there or there.
Kicking bludgeon after beat.
They're making a call.
I'm sure the referee will let us know in a second. Or maybe he already let us know.
That's a yellow for Simon Bidwell. We believe that was interaction with a ball after being beat.
Oh.
And yet making again a big yeet with his bludge there, but leaving their defense pretty much helpless there by removing it off the pitch. And
What's the heat again? Oh, the thing, the throw like a lamp.
Oh, he threw it a long way. So Anja has only just come back onto the pitch now after throwing that ball. So it looks like Trevor is going to be,
Oh, nice tackle by the female chaser of the Hippogriffs.
And Jet
Number I
making a
cannot
beat on the
read.
Seeker from the Hippogriffs. Both beaters cleared out. London now behind the hoops at the Hippogriffs.
Oh, nice. Long pass to number 1 of the Werewolves. From behind the hoops to the front of the hoops. Who passes to their not keeper. It looked green, the headband.
Not quite sure what the times down is. I think this was a pass after beat.
Another one. Get a grip. Okay, cool. So this is
So
this,
Tash Ferenc almost getting the ball from behind the
99
ball.
passing to, I don't know, I missed the call. Ah, okay. Long shot behind the hoops to a player of the Hippogriffs. Got tackled down by the Werewolves, and the Werewolves are back with quaffle possession.
Also, just going to take this moment to apologize. I know I'm pronouncing Tash's last name wrong, so I'm going to stop trying. So it looks like Aaron Veal is currently in possession of the quaffle, being contested. Center of the pitch, can't quite shake his defender. Oh, he's almost got past him. Twist and turns, faking a pass out there.
They really need the beaters there.
Pass off to Luke Twist. Luke Twist running it in, making a shot, and it goes straight through.
Oh, that's so sad.
That was a bullseye from Twist. Amazing aim, amazing accuracy.
I think the beaters of Hippogriffs took too long to decide what to do.
We've got a brooms down now.
And then they were confused by the referee marker on the floor.
Yellow card, Hippogriffs number 7. Yellow card, coming from behind, wrapping.
So that's a yellow card on Hippogriffs number 7. He doesn't have to leave the pitch because the goal is good. The yellow card was for a tackle behind.
And grappling.
The score is currently 110 to 60. The snitch is on pitch. The Werewolves are firmly outside of the catching range, so they're in no danger. This means that they can really make the decision.
That firmly, right?
They're
It's like 1, and then they
Five?
go into overtime. Am I stupid?
no, two, and then they're in overtime, I believe. I think my maths might be terrible here.
Huh?
So to go into overtime.
I'm really bad at maths.
Oh no, it's 110, I believe.
It's
the score is. They
110.
haven't
Oh,
they
sorry.
haven't
We were
updated on
watching
that.
the live stream. Really?
So I believe it's 110. The score's
number
not
7.
changed.
7 of Werewolves going.
Luke
Two
Twist going
votes.
back into it. That's 120 if my reckoning's right. This means that the Werewolves, they really don't need to go in on the snitch when they're going on the defense. So their bludgers are entirely free to defend the hoops, keep them at a decent distance. So I have a feeling that their beaters are only really going to attack the snitches when their team's on the attack.
I think. I'm not wearing glasses. I'm wearing lenses, and they're shit. Oh, sorry. I'm not supposed to
no.
say the word shit.
I'm
But I
terribly
can see
sorry
the
for that if
snitch.
you're at home.
I can see the word snitch. Okay, I will restart. I think the snitch is Vincent Fröhlich, and he's a German snitch, and he's a really good one.
Ah, is he very efficient?
He's really efficient.
Oh,
Hashtag
good.
efficiency.
Right. So currently, before this broom's down, the bludger possession is with, I think, one's like they're just making a call.
Oh.
Great, as everyone
was
out there understood him
A
better than
yellow card on Jan. That's put him in the subs box. Again, this isn't a position they want to be. Not too dangerous for them at the moment. They've got a decent lead. I think they've nullified
nice.
a goal.
The Hippogriffs got bludger control back, and the Werewolves are not even near the third bludger. That's exactly what you want, doing snitch on pitch. Oh, nice beat again.
Ooh, lovely, just getting his fingertips to it there, avoiding the goal.
He's such a fighter, alone in front of the...
He's going for it, he's got everyone on his back there.
Oh, that would have been so
Look,
cool
Aaron
for
Veal
him.
now has possession,
Great
safe as the
fight.
keeper.
Great fight.
It was very well fought there. Is that number 19 there, beating for the for Werewolves of London?
I don't know.
No,
I was
Dali
looking
Shaw.
up the name of two.
Oh, it might have been number 9. Alice Walker beating as the only armed beater for Werewolves of London. Currently guarding the third bludger, so Jan can get back in the pitch and grab it. Here goes Jan. Werewolves now have full bludger control. They're currently on the defense, so it's likely they're going to keep the bludgers guarding the hoop from the quaffle before pushing in on the seeker in their attacking phase. Ooh, big long pass. Got his hands to it.
Oh.
There goes Alice Walker, knocking him down from behind. Aaron Veal reclaiming
Nice save.
possession. Quaffle moving into the goal for nice and quick. Pass over to, I think, is that Ed Brett again?
Oh, and the Hippogriffs beater alone in the defense, having a hard time.
I think here goes Jan to go take out the seeker so that the Werewolves seeker can get in there.
Nice one.
Ooh, taking a, I think that was a hit to the crotch there.
Yeah, and you could just see how the Werewolves try not
Ooh,
to
that was,
support the bludger.
The number 11 there doing a bit of a spin when hit by the bludger to knock it out of the bounds, I think, there. We have yet another brooms down. Now, I believe...
I'm getting used to the feeling of brooms down.
Oh, I thought that was a replay, though.
Well, let's have a replay of the ref discussion. Always interesting to see and read the body language.
Having a zoom in there with Fraser Prosford rolling his hands a bit.
Hello, Lana Nauts joining them.
Now, I think... Now, I might be wrong here.
Everyone joining them.
But I'm pretty sure the seeker is firmly over there because they found a nice patch of shade and not having to be in the sun while they run about. So hopefully we've got a good zoom on them, so we can see everything that's going on.
Lots of talking. Oh, God. It's been a long day. Huh.
There's not much going on. If you want to go get a cup of tea, now's the time. Get yourself a sandwich, maybe
They
some
have
biscuits.
someone called Lolita on the list of the Hippogriffs. It's the 35. Hey there.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Cool story.
studying those. Yeah, it's a really cool story. Also the cool story, like how insanely difficult to pronounce Kochalayice is. I don't know what that means. I mean, it means it's a name.
It probably means
Blah, blah.
John.
It's just John.
It's
Smith.
John. That's
Harry.
what it is.
Oh dear.
So we're having a nice long rest. This is a good chance for all the players on the pitch to get their breath back. So I think straight after this, we're going to see some very fast plays again.
We still don't know what happened, right?
It looks again like they've made no call. A nice discussion
no
for
call.
no reason.
I'm sure it was a smart decision by a very competent refs.
Our refs are doing a great job, I think. So we have bludger possession with Jan and Alice Walker of the Werewolves. An attempted 1.5 bludgers there. Didn't quite go their way, leaving the defense of Werewolves still intact with all their beaters. Oh, losing his broom on his own feet. It is going to be a turnover for the Hippogriffs, getting quaffle control. Doo-ba-doo-doo-doo. Number 11 for the Hippogriffs.
Number 11 is Tunahan
Tunan.
Özdemir.
Nice. Jan taking the beat there.
Keeper.
Ooh! That was intercepted
Oh,
by a
nice
Werewolf
fight.
player, but it went straight back to the hands of number 11 on the floor, who pops it off, getting a goal for their team. That brings the score up to a certain number. Our scoreboard has disappeared. One moment.
I love this fight. I'm sure we'll be getting the score back in a few seconds. Meanwhile, the Werewolves.
The score is
hard
currently
for the hoops.
currently
That's another goal
one-
for the Werewolves. of London.
120-70, so I believe that's 130-70 in favor of the Werewolves.
The beater.
Oh! Oh!
He lost it.
He
The
caught the
Werewolves
snitch but
seeker-
let go before they blew the whistle.
Oh, that must feel awful.
It's going to feel like a lot of sand in his face, I think. The ground is very dusty. Oh, lovely little pass-off play there.
Did we just miss a goal?
You missed a
was
goal.
was-
I was just watching there. The Hippogriffs there, they did a lovely, pretty much a rolling pass down as three of their chasers ran in. being beaten out and just popping it off in the last one of them.
The werewolves have
Number
that
one,
to pull
Asher,
back.
with the quaffle deep in the Hippogriffs zone.
All the drama of a heated Seeker game in the dust.
Ooh, Hippogriffs have a good chance to make a breakaway here. Ooh, intercepted there
Okay.
by, I think, Ed Brett. Very tall man. If you're going to try and throw a ball over him, you do have to count for that and put an extra couple of meters on.
Oh, right now, I think I go for the werewolf. Surprise. But right now, I feel really bad for the Hippogriffs. Yeah, they're fighting really, really well, but I think they are losing.
They
They're
do seem
losing
to be
some energy
losing.
now.
The gap is widening. I believe that's now 140 to 80 in favor of the Werewolves, with that last one being put in, I think, again by Aaron Veal from the Werewolves. Ooh, long pass over that, and just having his arm taken down there.
Oh, wow. Okay. How did that hoop fall? I'm not criticizing anything. But
I think
it
it
fell
fell
down
in,
conveniently.
While they were trying to defend it, it was knocked down.
Okay, cool.
I don't think anything untoward, but I think it was very convenient. Again, on the snitches,
not
the
interpreting
Werewolves
it.
are currently trying to perform a bubble to allow their Seeker to get a good chance to get a good old grip
Wow.
there. He has pulled it off.
That was a really interesting technique.
Now, the
But it led
snitch
to
was
success.
falling, so we're going to have to find out if the refs are going to say that the snitch was down or if this is called good. This is a bit of a tense moment. This can be the difference, this one catch, this one moment, between getting a bronze medal and getting nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. I think
They
this
haven't
is the third place
if,
playoffs.
If you
isn't it?
don't get the bronze medal, you haven't achieved anything on a weekend like this.
Yeah, how does that feel?
Bad.
Ooh.
All those hours in the sun, in the heat, in the shadow, in the cold, freezing. Endless running.
So much running.
Endless watching, running from pitch to pitch.
People talking about things that we don't really understand that much about, but we've been asked to stand with a mic and do it anyway. So
Right.
long.
All life is hard. Woo.
So there is a long debate here with the... Oh, we've got a replay.
Very soon.
So very soon we're going to have a replay of this catch so we can have a bit of a closer look. Here it is. That's number 25, Ollie Craig. Leaping in, they've called it good. That is a good catch for the Werewolves of London, caught by Ollie Craig. I
All
believe
the joy.
the score, I'm just going to get a verification on what the score is.
We hear drums, we hear cheering. The stadium is so happy
Oh,
for the Werewolves of London. I might not sound happy, but don't misinterpret me. I'm just tired. Well done, Werewolves. Well done, Hippogriffs from Turkey. It was a great fight. It was great to watch. You definitely earned standing here in the stadium in Harelbeke in Belgium.
The final score is 170-80 for the Werewolves. 170 against 80. Final score.
I don't know if you can
Well-
hear this, but the stadium
Deafening.
speaker is quite loud.
Very loud stadium speakers. So the Werewolves of London are now third place, with the Hippogriffs taking fourth place in the EQC 2019. We're going to leave you now and leave you with the pitch analysis and see you soon for the final of EQC 2019. Like the hashtag EQC Live 2019. I've been Sam Davis.
And I'm Henny Schress. Thanks for
Have a
watching and
good day.
listening.
And I don't know why. Sometimes I really do hate me. Can't even pick my own side, yeah. What is even going on? Why the hell do I even write songs? What the hell am I doing here, man? I guess I don't understand a thing, damn. Yeah, but maybe ignorance is bliss. Yo, I'd rather lay in the abyss than be aware of what I missed, especially if I quit. Yeah, they say that hell is your last day, when you see what you could have became. That day would drive me insane, so I intend on staying in my lane. Yeah, I picked a path and I picked the pain. Yeah, I want it bad, that won't ever change. Yeah, sometimes I'm mad, sometimes I'm okay. Yeah, I know I'll have what I want someday.
I need my space now so I can feel nothing. I live this nightmare so I can be something.
Yeah.
I do what I love and hope you will love me.
Yeah.
I face this nightmare, no, I
hard to be okay when everything has changed. Yeah, it's hard to be okay when I can see everything. The best part of everyone's day is on my iPhone on display. No matter what I do, can't get away. This isn't healthy, I don't feel the same. Yo, and destiny is a weird thing. Yeah, cause it's easier to believe. Yeah, that everything is...
And we're back here in the studio after an exciting game for third. ODTÜ Hippogriffs of Ankara, Turkey, falling to Werewolves of London, 80 to 170 star. My name is Richard Tokovic.
And my name is Jandos from New Zealand.
And I said it was exciting, but for a long time it really didn't seem as if it was going to be exciting, wouldn't you say?
Well, I can partially agree with you, Richard. There are a lot of really interesting things to unpack of the game that we just saw. If I went through a couple of them just here, I think that one of the key things I've come away from this match thinking is that there were a lot of star players that we saw just now.
Especially on the London side, yeah.
Exactly. But neither of them was a top team. I did think that there were a lot of drivers, a lot of passes. If I had to establish, I would actually say that the Hippogriffs were the better team. Their synergy was a lot better. They had more passes. I'm largely basing this as well. They did actually utilize their female players a lot better on the pitch. The only downside that they had, essentially, was that they just didn't have the bludger control for half the pitch.
Yeah, there was like a large amount of time at the start of the game, in the early game, where the bludger control was basically always in the hand of the Werewolves. And I mean, there is one early part of the game where, if we literally look at the game events, you have blue card for Hippogriffs at the start, Werewolves goal, Werewolves goal, Werewolves goal, Werewolves goal, Werewolves goal, timeout Hippogriffs. And if you're down 5 points already at the start, that's always going to be a definite uphill battle. And I think we saw that. Hippogriffs played hard. They gave their best to get back into the game, but it never really seemed outside of Werewolves' control, really.
Also, I felt for the viewers at home, the mentality of both teams. Werewolves came in shooting strong, playing hard. They really wanted that title. As the time went on throughout that game, the Hippogriffs turned on slightly a bit more. That was also evidenced a little bit, the tiredness and sort of the sluggishness of the afternoon. There were a few more injuries earlier on in the game. Everyone sharpened up and were paying a lot more attention towards the end. I did want to highlight one of my favorite players from the match, though, and that was the number one, Adilis from the Hippogriffs.
Oh, yeah. We talked about this on the bleachers. I knew we were going to bring her up. Yeah.
She had some... In the first sort of 10 minutes of the game, she really, down behind pitches, down behind goals, she made a lot of panic passes, and that resulted in 2 goals. So standing behind hoops, had a ball, did a panic pass straight over the hoops, picked up by the Werewolves, and scored 2 further goals. And not only did it happen once, it happened twice. It was at that moment my heart sank in my chest a little bit. I went, oh no, this is not... I really hope they recognize this mistake. The exact same player went back and scored 2 more goals in a slightly similar but altered fashion. They found their niche, they worked through it, and she became a powerhouse for the rest of that team. She was pushing and driving goals, always in the right position at the right time. She had a clear head, and to me, it was one of the standout players on that team.
Yeah, I would agree with your assessment that Griffs seem to have some better team interplay, better team chemistry. I mean, Werewolves, there are just so many top UK players. They will beat you just on their talent and physicality and athleticism alone. The physicality, that was one of the things that Griffs had on their side. But then again, Werewolves in the top tier of English Quidditch, they're used to that physicality. Hippogriffs, as one of the most physical teams of Turkey, they're used to beating other teams with their physicality. So I felt Hippogriffs really couldn't work with that as much when their plan A didn't work. We saw a slight adaptation, then that worked, and that brought them back into the game, sadly, a little too late.
I think as well what really, we saw a lot of really amazing passing goals, 1, 2, 3, all around the hoops, and then a straight goal. I think what a lot of, for players back at home and around Europe, this is an amazing way to score, because as a player, you actually have to twist on a defense almost 270 or 363 degrees. You actually have to take your eyes off the rest of the play to be able to follow the quaffle. It's a really effective way to confuse your defense.
Classic team handball strategy, yeah.
Exactly, and it worked so well when the teams used it. There was a couple of instances, and it scored quite a few of the Hippogriffs goals, but there were not many seen from the Werewolves of London. I'm really hoping that in future we get to see more of this. It's a lot more elegant style of play. One demonstrated by the Antwerp QC team that played earlier today. I would strongly recommend going back and seeing how effective that method of play was against the Titans. But yeah, anything else you wanted to add there?
Is there something you would say, because you've seen a lot of the UK games right now after all, and I mean, Werewolves, the bronze medal, the UK will probably not entirely be happy with just getting the bronze after having their title hopes resting on, let's be real, 3 of their teams that they sent here, and the best they got out of this was 3rd place. What would you say? How can the UK improve here in European competition?
Well, I'm flattered you think I'm the authority on that. I do think that if I had to think about it, if the chaser play, at least in my experience, it's the passing. There was a lot of, as a chaser, you need to get your passes perfect every single time. And a lot of this game, there was a lot of drives, passing into, and not really confidently getting it off. Lots of loopy passes, lots of loopy passes, or really long pitches down. I would say that would just never fly in Australia. That would never, ever happen. And so for me, it would just be analysing that play. The flat passes, the closer, compact style of play would be the thing I would recommend to European teams if they're wanting to become more aggressive and more dynamic.
Sorry to have cut you off here rather rudely. I'm terribly sorry. Give a big hand up to ODTÜ Hippogriffs for getting the 4th place, for Werewolves getting the bronze, but we are all waiting on the final. Up now, Titans Paris versus Metu Unicorns from Ankara, Turkey, coming up in just a moment.